Most people completely misunderstand what it means to register a company in Vatican City. And that misunderstanding alone is enough to send them down the wrong path before they even begin. Because unlike typical business jurisdictions, Vatican City is not a normal commercial environment. It is the smallest sovereign state in the world, and its legal and economic system operates under completely unique conditions that most entrepreneurs never consider. And if you're watching this, you're probably curious about something very specific. Maybe you've heard the phrase used in online discussions about offshore companies. Maybe you're exploring extreme jurisdictional niches. Or maybe you're just trying to understand how business structures work in unusual places. But here's the surprising truth most people don't realize. Vatican City is not designed as a commercial business hub. It is a religious sovereign entity, and its internal economy is extremely limited, tightly controlled, and not structured like traditional corporate jurisdictions. So when people search for LLC registration in Vatican City, they are usually operating from a misconception. And today, we're going to break that misconception down completely. But we're not just going to dismiss it. Instead, we're going to walk through what would actually happen if someone tried to approach Vatican City as a business jurisdiction, how legal structures really work there, and what alternatives entrepreneurs typically use when they are looking for similar strategic outcomes. And to make this real, let's imagine a character named Michael. Michael is a curious entrepreneur from California. He runs a digital consulting business and spends a lot of time researching international company structures. One night, he comes across a forum post mentioning Vatican City corporate registration advantages. At first, he thinks it sounds like a hidden opportunity. Low taxes, exclusive jurisdiction, elite status. But the more he reads, the more confusing it becomes. Some sources contradict others. Some suggest it's impossible. Others imply special diplomatic pathways exist. And suddenly, what started as curiosity turns into uncertainty. And this is where most people stop. But Michael doesn't. He decides to understand the system properly before drawing conclusions. And that decision leads him into a much deeper insight about how sovereign jurisdictions actually work. But here's where things get interesting. Before we even talk about registration, we need to understand what Vatican City actually is from a legal and economic standpoint. Vatican City is an independent sovereign state surrounded by Rome, Italy. It is governed by the Holy See, and its primary function is religious and administrative, not commercial. Its internal institutions exist to support religious governance, diplomatic relations, and preservation of cultural heritage. That means it does not operate like a country that promotes private business formation in the way places like the United States, the United Kingdom, or Singapore do. So there is no standard LLC system in Vatican City. There is no public corporate registry for entrepreneurs. And there is no conventional company incorporation process for external investors. Now Michael is starting to see the reality. But here's the problem. The internet often mixes up jurisdictions, assumes global uniformity, and sometimes projects corporate concepts onto places where they don't exist. And that creates confusion. So let's clear that confusion step by step. In most countries, when you register an LLC, you go through a structured process involving name reservation, incorporation documents, tax registration, and banking setup. But Vatican City does not operate with that framework for private businesses. Instead, its economic system is primarily internal and institutional. Most financial and administrative operations are managed through internal departments and affiliated entities, rather than open market business registrations. And this is a critical insight. Because understanding what a jurisdiction does not offer is just as important as understanding what it does. Now Michael realizes something important. If Vatican City is not a commercial registration hub, then why does it appear in online discussions about business formation? And that question leads us into the second layer of understanding. Many references to business activity in Vatican City actually relate to legal entities, foundations or administrative structures connected to the Holy See, rather than private LLC-style companies. These entities are typically used for internal governance, charitable operations, or international representation. They are not open market business structures. And that distinction changes everything. But here's where things get even more interesting. Michael starts comparing Vatican City with other small sovereign jurisdictions. He notices a pattern. Many people searching for extreme or niche jurisdictions are usually trying to achieve one of three goals: tax optimization, international prestige, or jurisdictional diversification. But the mistake most people make is assuming that every sovereign state offers the same corporate tools. And that assumption leads to frustration. So Michael shifts his focus. Instead of asking how to register a company in Vatican City, he starts asking a more useful question. What jurisdictions actually allow flexible international company formation with strong legal clarity? And this is where the insight begins. Because globally, LLC-style structures exist in many jurisdictions, but they are typically offered by countries with established commercial law systems. For example, countries like Estonia, the United Arab Emirates, Singapore, and certain offshore jurisdictions provide structured pathways for foreign entrepreneurs. But Vatican City is not part of that category. Now, let's pause for a moment, because this is where clarity becomes powerful. Michael realizes he wasn't actually looking for Vatican City specifically. He was looking for simplicity, legitimacy, and international credibility. And that changes his entire approach. But there is still one more layer to explore. Even though Vatican City does not offer LLC registration, it still plays a role in global legal and diplomatic systems. It maintains its own governance structure, issues internal regulations, and interacts with international entities through the Holy See's diplomatic network. However, none of this translates into commercial company incorporation for private entrepreneurs. And this is where many online misconceptions come from. They confuse diplomatic entities with business registration systems. And those are fundamentally different categories. Now Michael understands the core truth. But there is still a practical question left. If someone is interested in operating internationally with minimal friction, what should they actually do? And this leads to the practical explanation phase of the journey. Instead of focusing on impossible or non-existent registration pathways, entrepreneurs typically focus on jurisdictions that offer predictable incorporation systems. These systems usually include clear steps: selecting a company name, defining ownership structure, filing incorporation documents, registering for tax identification, and opening a business bank account. That structure exists in most modern business-friendly countries. And the key insight is this: you don't need an exotic jurisdiction to build an international business. You need a stable, recognized legal structure that supports your operational goals. Michael begins to shift his mindset. Instead of chasing obscure ideas, he focuses on functional strategy. But here's where things get even more important. Because once you understand that not all jurisdictions are designed for business formation, you start to see the global system differently. Some countries are built for commerce. Some are built for regulation. And some, like Vatican City, are built for entirely different purposes. And mixing those categories leads to confusion. So Michael reframes his entire approach. He decides to build his company in a jurisdiction that aligns with his business model rather than chasing symbolic or misunderstood locations. And that decision gives him something more valuable than any tax theory: clarity. Now, let's bring in another example. Zara, a digital entrepreneur from New York, once fell into the same misunderstanding. She spent weeks researching special jurisdiction advantages before realizing that her actual goal was just efficient international invoicing and client trust. Once she focused on that, the solution became simple. She registered in a standard business jurisdiction with clear compliance rules and moved on. And that is the pattern most experienced entrepreneurs eventually learn. It's not about exotic locations. It's about functional systems. Now let's tie everything together. Vatican City does not offer LLC registration because it is not structured as a commercial business jurisdiction. It operates as a sovereign religious state with internal administrative systems rather than open corporate formation frameworks. So the idea of registering an LLC in Vatican City is not just difficult. It is fundamentally misaligned with how the jurisdiction operates. But the deeper lesson here is not about Vatican City itself. It is about how easily misinformation can shape expectations when dealing with international business, and how important it is to understand the structure of a jurisdiction before attempting to use it. Because once you understand structure, you stop chasing myths. And you start making strategic decisions. Michael's journey didn't lead him to register a company in Vatican City. It led him to something far more valuable: understanding how global business actually works. And that understanding allows him to operate confidently across real jurisdictions, real systems, and real opportunities. So if you came here expecting a step-by-step LLC registration process in Vatican City, the real takeaway is even more important. Not every place in the world is designed for business formation. And knowing which places are, and how they function, is what separates confusion from clarity. If you found this guide helpful, and want more deep breakdowns of international business structures and global company formation strategies, make sure to subscribe to the channel.